My name is Melody Fortier, and I am a visual artist. For my day job, I take care of an estate in Harvard, Mass. For my art practice, I tend to do shadow boxes and sort of 3D wall pieces. I build almost like a reliquary. My work has overtones of Victorian funerary aesthetics. So I use crepe paper and I try to find vintage crepe paper. And then I use mica. Big shards of mica can look like broken glass, so it sort of fractures the visual. I went to Mass Art when I was young, when I was, out of high school. And I have been creative my whole life, but I put my art practice aside to raise a family. Actually, when COVID hit, I had to go back. I always said I'm going to go back to my art practice. I'm going to go back. And every once in a while I'd make art, but then life came along and I didn't continue. And then I said, this is it. I still work, but every spare minute I have, that's what I'm doing. I'm like furiously trying to make up for 40 years of lost time. And I'm loving it. And I'm back in the art community, and I've never been able to shut my brain off. My mom loved the transcendentalists. So from a pretty young age, she didn't have anybody else to talk to. I was the oldest. Got my first full volume of Emily Dickinson at a very young age, who I fell in love with so there was real encouragement for me to just sort of think on an abstract level, I guess, a philosophical abstract level, but I was also I'm a very visual person. I need to see it. So I wanted to see my thoughts. And from a pretty young age, I was trying to do that. I was trying to make my thoughts visual. So maybe someone else would understand what I'm talking about. The theme of the show is the illusion of time and permanence, because that's kind of what I'm obsessed about. And it has to do with a couple of different things. One is our concept of time as human beings on this earth, and are sort of, trying to create permanence when nothing can be permanent. There's billions of us, and there have been billions of us since human beings existed. And that makes us quite anonymous, each individual. And our anonymity, to me, is, we're part of a whole. The anonymity of humanity, as well as the individual and the preciousness of each individual, that's sort of like a contradiction, but we live with that contradiction. Each one of us is precious, but each one of us is just part of an ocean of humanity. My work deals with that. It deals with that part of humanity and the idea of permanence and time, which is really, in my mind, is extremely elastic. So we can sit there and not be in a very good situation and feel like an hour is an eternity, and the opposite can happen. And then there's things like we're a drop in the bucket as far as time goes, but we don't feel like our lifetime is a drop in the bucket. So it's all that stuff swirling around in my head, and has been for as long as I can remember. And I try to capture it in sort of thought-provoking ways, because I have no answers. I can't tell another person what to think of this. So I try to create works that just kind of provoke. Maybe this will resonate with you. Maybe you'll have some ideas that I don't have, and maybe we can share those ideas. And some of the works in there, I take a photograph, and then from that, the visual builds around it. Say, for example, one series that's up there is called As It Were, They Came and Went. Each piece has a photograph of a very old house, but not the house, just the stone stairs that lead up to the house. Every time I look at those old houses and see those stone stairs, I just imagine all the people, the mail carriers, the people who lived there, the children running up and down the stairs. and then they came and they went, and it's been 150 years. And I just like to get people thinking about that. Like, when you look at that, there's little traces somehow, some way, to me, of the human beings that walked up and down those stairs and their lives, and how I would really love it if they looked at the work, and then whatever comes up for them when they leave, maybe they'll talk to someone else about it. Maybe it'll bring their thinking to another place, or another angle, or just keep it up. Just keep up the thinking and the questioning. And I believe that if people could spend more time thinking on that level, thinking about that type of thing, then maybe they wouldn't be so focused on all that other stuff.